this is Cindy Duncan from Altered Arts Magazine, and what we're going to do today is we're going to create a book with a niche in it. And essentially what a niche is a place for you to put 3D elements. It's a hole in your book. You can store whatever it is that you'd like in there and make your book a little more interactive and interesting. To do the niche in the book, what you're going to need is you're going to need a hardcover book. It should be fairly fat so that you have a number of pages to work with. You're also going to need some wax paper, some glue. I prefer the clear gel tacky glue, is what I use to do these books. You're going to need a cork-backed metal ruler, and you're also going to need a utility knife. The first thing that you're going to do to make your book is you're going to take your hardcover book and you're going to determine where it is that you would like to separate your pages. For our purposes, we're going to leave the first half unglued and we're going to glue the second half together so that we can have a nice thick area to make our niche. So I've separated some pages here. Then what I'm going to do, and you can use some clamps if you'd like to. I just use the book the way it is on my fingers. Put the clear gel glue right across the edges like this. Rub it like this with your fingers just along the edges. You don't have to do the individual pages together, just the edges of the page. When you get done doing that all the way around the outside of your book, then what you're going to do is you're going to put your piece of wax paper between the pages, like so, and you're going to set this aside underneath some very heavy objects, and you're going to leave it overnight to dry. Once it dries, you're going to have a very nice, very together set of pages. They're not going to have any folds or wrinkles in them if you do it correctly. So this looks very neat and tidy if you take a look at this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to turn to the page that is at the top of what we call our niche block. And I am not much of a measurer, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, in other words, I just kind of wing it and draw as I go. But I'm going to draw some straight lines on here to make my niche. So I just want to kind of know a good idea of where I'm going to put my niche, and so I'm going to do the lines like this. You can wing this completely. I've done that before. That's one of my fortes, is to just eye something and wing it. But so I'm going to do my niche in this little area right here. And how I'm going to cut that is I'm going to take my cork-backed metal ruler with the cork side down. I'm going to extend my utility knife, and I'm going to simply press down along that line against the ruler, like that, on all sides. And I'm not, if you notice, I'm not pressing really hard because I don't want to go through all pages at one time. That takes an awful lot of energy, and it can be a little bit dangerous at times too. Because you are pulling this towards yourself, you want to take precautions and make sure that you're safe, which is what the ruler is supposed to help you a little bit so you don't cut your fingers. But you go a few times like this, along those lines, and you just simply pull out the pages as you go along, like this. And then once you get all these pages pulled out, you cut again. And you just keep doing this over and over and over again until you get a very thick hole in your book. And then that hole in your book is a place where you can put some fun 3D elements to decorate up your book. I've added into my niches before. I've added Scrabble tiles. I've seen people add, for instance, little miniature items from doll houses and things. And so any number of things you can add into there. When you get it to the depth that you would like, and I'm not going to continue cutting all the way around, but you want to get it as thick as the thickest object that you want to place in the niche. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the gel glue, and I always put it on my finger because it gives me more control. You're going to take that and you're going to go along the inside edge of that. And then you're going to do the same thing that you did before. And you're going to do all four sides. Put your wax paper between the pages. Set it aside underneath heavy objects. And then the next day you have a very nice, tight niche in your book in which you can start decorating. So that's it. That's essentially making a niche in a book. And we would love to have you subscribe to Altered Arts Magazine. If you're not already a subscriber, you can go to www.alteredarts.com.